What's up baby guys, 94 here, and I am back for another My Thoughts On video. And today I'm going to be doing a My Thoughts on one of my other very good friends within the brony community, RomanceWriter1. And of course, this is also another brony from within the UK, and just want to say I want to get my thoughts on out there. But I just want to say that I'm going to be reading out the of her official, her OC's official bio and backstory. So I'm going to get that out of the way first, and then I'm going to go down to my thoughts about her. Okay. So apparently, her story is that RomanceWriter was born in Cancelot, although in a not so rich unicorn family, but yet not so poor either. So exactly in turn, she grew up to be not exactly like all the other Cancelot residents, and there, like you see, like Prince Blueblood or Fancy Pants or that sort of stuff. Then again, neither is Twilight. That's because she was maybe it's because she was the personal student of Princess Celestia that she must have given to an entirely different upbringing. Or was that her parents? I'm not sure. Anyway, back to my point. Her mum was Hoof Sparkle. Is that another twist around from Twilight Sparkle or Twilight's mother, whose name I've quite forgotten? I had to look on that maybe later, but definitely a Sparkle. No way that was no. Twilight's mother first name was Twilight. There it was something else, but still, Hoof Sparkle used to do styling on mares' hooves, of course, with sparkles and different colours, which was from the Frisian lands. Can't exactly read that, never heard about that name before within the MLP show or any other type. Nah. And her dad, Wordpad, that's kind of a bit of a good name, rolls off the tongue, was working in business and was from Ponyville. Ah, smart. RomanceWriter had different colours of her appearance which weren't like her parents, which included her green coat, green eyes, and her brown hair, which used to be a blonde colour, which she got from her now deceased grandparents and got a few of their talents from them. She also loves to sing and into different bands that she liked, and even danced, but that wasn't exactly her talent, as it says. When she started primary school in Ponyville, she was already bullied as a filly who was much by a filly who was much bigger than her by weight, and Romance was picked on for being a fit unicorn, being of her love for galloping and racing her friends, including one of her ex-boyfriends. That was also one of their talents, but not one that would get her a cutie mark, of course. After being in the same school for a few more years, it got worse when Romance went deaf for a few months and started to miss out on spelling tests and writing stories that she loved to do. She soon got her hearing back, but after the bullying got much worse. She was transferred to another school, which was in Cancelot, but luckily they didn't have many snobby colts or fillies around. She soon made friends with a few fillies, and once they even performed a singing and dance act, but never won. No, still, but at least she got to participate in it. So yeah, it's the getting there that counts. But she had lots of fun with it. Yeah, that's good. That's the main point of it. Yeah. Go romance! One day she starts to write about dangerous dragons and about puppies and prince and princesses in a adventure, and always got praise for them, but sadly didn't get a cutie mark for it, which it states she was still worried her, but her friends never made fun of her for not having one. No, that's good. At high school, when it came around, and after trying to pass lots of exams in primary school with only getting a D grade, she went to a high school that there was some distance from her old primary school, but it was easy to get to. A local girl. Yeah, I can relate to that, because when I moved house, before I moved house, my old house was just a rough mile across the street from my old primary school. So it was quite a bit of a easy walk from there and back. Yeah, I'm more of a local boy kind of myself. Yeah, I like to go to places that are close to home. Her first year started off alright until a group of men started bullying her for having her own bathroom attached to her bedroom, and her house getting an upgrade from a small bungalow to a 2-story house. What's wrong with that? I mean, you may not know, but this house was originally my nan's old bungalow. Yeah, true story. It's not just any old bungalow that belonged to my nan, but it was also the bungalow that my dad was born and raised in. Yeah, true story. And after my nan and granddad passed away, after followed in with her dog, who we looked after for a few years, we eventually started to decide to move out of our old house and have the bungalow completely torn down and rebuilt from scratch to make it as a 2-story house. And as you can see, this room that I'm in is a really good result. Yeah. Sorry, getting off track. Where was I? Oh, yeah. At one point, she was just drawing a comic in the library during exercise class, and it was then her imagination in art started to happen. But while she was waiting for her teacher to come back, a group of mares grabbed her from her seat and they forced her into a couch. And 2 of the mares sat on her while the other tried to spray perfume on the poor green unicorn's face. No, kind of mean. At the time, Romance couldn't bring herself to tell the teacher or her parents about what had happened, but after a week she finally told her parents, and the mares were suspended for a few days. But sadly the bullying just kept happening. That Romance's grades in her classes started to drop, which got her teachers worried, even the principal, as they found the unicorn to be a sweet, kind, mature, and bubbly mare that everybody really liked. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, she has a upbeat personality, and that's really good. But I'll mention that in my thoughts talking about this. She was then in a second high school after leaving the first one, but still got bullied by the old bully from her first primary school, some stallions who obviously had crushes on her, and mares who were not actually friendly. She wanted to write a story, but because of the bullying affecting her so much, she couldn't bear to do it, and instead just did a drawing, but the bullies would accuse her of her being the girlfriend of a bad pony who tried to destroy a town in another country. And they kept saying that until she was moved abroad to a school for ponies with different nationalities, Romance made a few friends, such as a stallion from Australia. Oh, so that's the name of the MLP version of Australia. Oh, they didn't know. Who she had a crush on, but later a mare from the same country started dating him, which broke the boy unicorn's heart, but she got over it after a long time. That mare, along with uh, another from Malaysia, not sure about that country, not familiar with that. Might find out about it later. Came along, and soon no pony really talked to it anymore, and her homesickness got worse because she was living with her grandparents and not with her parents. While the green unicorn knew some words from the frozen lands and from other countries, like Feltely and Strantz, she couldn't speak full sentences, and she had a hard time getting along with her grandparents as they treated her like a filly, and Romance always wants to take it seriously for others to treat her as she was older. And after a year of living abroad, she was brought back home and put back into her old first high school, but under the T's, which she took as bullying. But she was much braver to stand up to them, even to the point she punched a stuck-up mare because she was dared to. So after the green unicorn threatened to if she didn't stop talking about her behind her back. One day, she sat in the library with a quill and some paper, thinking of how to make the story interesting. She thought about all of the romance books her mum had given her, and her love for reading and writing came to her that she started to write a story about a mare and stallion separated from a feud set from old times of kings and royalty in a cult land, hence of her YouTube series, of course, which I love, by the way. Good work, Romance, if you're watching this. And lots of different events happening with side characters. After a year of writing the story, Romance named it To Marry a Family Enemy and got it published, and she got a cutie mark, which was a red book with a pink heart. Nice. Excited that she got a cutie mark, she started to write more stories with romance in them and knew that what her purpose in life was. To make others enjoy a story of romance, adventure, and drama. She then starts to work in a library in Canterlot. 2 years after finishing school, she noticed that one of her friends, Fast Track, had joined a group called the Rift City, and decided she wants to join with her other friends, and Robert too, who is quite a skilled artist, if I damn heard. Wait, I think I might have lost track. Wait, there it is. Went to see what he could do, and she was part of the group sometime later. She would meet her new friends, Blue Prism, Mr. Left Turn, Colasso, Pat Rex 11, Patrick Rowberry, and some others. The ones that she already know were Fast Track, J.K. Arnold, and Robert Who. Being with the group, she didn't mind talking about her bullying experiences and wasn't afraid to try and cheer her new friends up if they were sad or unsure about themselves. She would give them compliments, even in a flirty way, as she had experience with dating and was quite very stallion crazy. So yeah, that is the backstory of RomanceWriter1. And now for my thoughts. I think that after reading that particular backstory, I must say I have quite a big respect for her. I mean, she is a very talented writer. She has very big potential in writing stories in the future, and I must say I'm really looking forward to her next episodes in her Cultland Chronicles series. Yeah, and she's quite a good friend to my best friend Red Chaos, and she's quite a good artist, and I don't think there's quite any more to say, you know. She is funny, up, upbeat, and a very good friend to anyone. Anyone would be lucky to have her as a friend. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. 94 out.